Macron says French ambassador literally being held hostage in Niger. Let's talk about it. President Emmanuel Macron has said France's envoy to Niger is living like a hostage in the French embassy and accused military rulers of blocking food deliveries to the mission. The ambassador is living off military rations, Macron told reporters. As we speak, we have an ambassador and diplomatic staff who are literally being held hostage in the French embassy. This idea that these French diplomats, French soldiers, French staff are under siege or being held hostage in the French embassy is absolutely ridiculous and is clearly intended to make France look like the victim. People who are being held hostage are not asked to leave. It just doesn't happen. But France has gone out of its way to create this narrative, and the benefit for them in the long run is to force the Nigerians, the current military rulers in Niger, to execute a plan to remove them, so that France can then say, oh, they're aggressing on me. What France doesn't seem to get is if they are aggressing on you in their home, you have the option of leaving. Your option is not to invade someone else's home because they don't allow you to stay in their home and they want you to get out and go back to your own home. And so as tensions are clearly brewing here, and France is really not backing down. I mean, at a certain point, we expect the snake to be a snake, and that's pretty much how France is behaving and has always behaved. Notice how the French people, nobody's speaking out about this. No real Western countries are speaking out about this. And according to this article, the European Union is in total support of this. It reads, Macron has for weeks rejected the call to remove the French ambassador, a stance backed by the EU, which has described the demand as a provocation. Like France, said EU Foreign Affairs spokesperson Nabila Masrati last month, the EU does not recognize the authorities that seized power in Niger. Again, this is Europeans staying on code, okay? Because the reality is if anyone didn't recognize any European authority, they would be free to not recognize European authority in their home countries. And so France is working overtime to create the narrative that they have some right to remain in a sovereign land. Macron has even come out and said directly that the Africans can't govern themselves, and that's why France has to do it, which anybody with eyes knows is a blatant lie. France is there because they have no resources. France is there because they're thieves. They have a history of being thieves. Even their European counterparts, namely Giorgia Meloni, the current Prime Minister of Italy, who came out earlier this year to basically further humiliate France about their stance. And so the Niger coup kicking off the way it did, and the timing is just perfect because France and Italy are at odds for plenty of things. But one of the things France has been called out very recently by its own neighbors is its position in Africa and its foreign policy and its history of parasitic behavior that has extended long past where people were supposed to be independent of France. These so-called Francophone countries have never been independent of France. So how would France know if they can govern themselves or not? France has never left making their influence a priority in someone else's country like they're doing now. So this idea that these people are being held hostage is absolutely ridiculous. It's propaganda. These people are being asked to leave. No hostage anywhere ever is being asked to leave. It just ain't happening. So get in the comments. Let me know what you think. Please like, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you in the next video.